Our guest is Jose Martinez, and Jose is the Public Works Director for the City of Goldsboro.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
It's been a long time. It's good to see you.
Oh, you as well.
Sharp as always.
Well, thank you.
But let me ask you now, we just, I'm sure you know about the storm that recently blew through here.
Absolutely.
So I asked you to come in, Jose, to ask you about what the city's doing in their efforts to clean up, because we're going through a major recovery now. And I know you guys are just busy as you can be.
Yeah, absolutely. Public Works been working a lot overtime. And first, I want to just say, anyone that's watching, I know the storm has really upturned some lives, and my sympathies and heart goes out to those people. And I really want to say, for those that weren't affected that much, please just give us a little bit of time and be a little bit, give us some patience.
Yeah.
Because there's some parts of the city that you go out in my part where I live, you can't tell that it was a hurricane.
Really?
But there are some parts of the city that are just devastated. So some people may feel like we're back to normal, and we are not back to normal right now. But what we've been doing, is a couple of quick things. Refuse recycle, that's always been back on the normal schedule as long as the flood waters has receded. So that is normal, has been normal on day 2. So there's no changes. But leaf and limb pickups, be patient with us on those, because what we're doing, we're really concentrating in the most devastated parts of the city first. Right. And we actually had a contractor from out of state come in to get the really big stuff as well. So for 2 weeks now, Saturdays, Sundays as well, we've been hitting those areas. And we should finish by this weekend with our first pass. Now, that's not saying we're done. That's saying that we have gone and hit every street in the city by this Friday. So we're doing a fantastic job. Yeah. But from this point on, we're going to go back and we're going to find places that missed. A lot of people, they were, of course, interested in their friends and family and seeing what was happening. Right. But once they realized, no, we're going to get through this, then they started their cleanup in their backyards. So those people have been bringing their stuff from the backyards to their front yards, and that's the stuff we missed the first time around because we already went.
All right. Well, let me ask you something now. While we're on that topic, so where do you start? How many people do you have working in your department?
Just over 100.
Just over 100 people?
Yes, sir.
And just over 100 people to cover the entire city of Goldsboro, and that's almost 40 miles of square area to cover all this area after a devastating flood that we've had. Now, some areas, you mentioned some areas hit worse than others.
Right.
And so I will ask you, how do you start? What kind of plan do you lay out? I mean, I know you said you get the worst areas first, but how do you do this?
Well, the best thing I've done, honestly, is I've put together really a great team, something that Goldsboro citizens of Goldsboro should be very, very proud of. My deputy director, he was from military ops commander for civil engineering, been through these type of storms in Guam overseas. My streets and storm superintendent, another 20-year veteran of the Air Force.
Who are these people?
Rick Fletcher, excuse me. Rick Fletcher is my deputy director,
right.
And then Chad Masters is my superintendent. Both of them veterans of the military, both of them in civil engineering, and both of them had experiences with devastating storms much bigger than what we've seen here overseas. Yeah. So they brought a little bit of military know-how into this. But we pretty much, the first thing we did when the waters started to rise, we activated everybody to go and save the water plant. So that was the number one priority.
And how did you do that?
We were up till just past midnight doing sandbags around all the transformers, all electrical, to make sure none of the power went out. Right. So that was the number one thing. And you may have heard that some of the surrounding areas had water contamination. Goldsboro and Karen Brashear, the director, everybody just really pulled together. We had streets and storm. We had garage guys filling the sandbags. We had police officers, firefighters helping us. We had Parks and Rec. So it was really a team effort across the city.
It was very important to keep that water treatment plant going.
Absolutely, because power, you can go without power for a couple of days. Candles, you can cook on the grill, but when you go without the water, it gets to a different level. Yeah. So what we pretty much did, we know the areas that are the southwest part of the city. That's just where Neuse River is, Little River, and we know the areas that are going to flood. So we kind of prepare the best we can for that. And unfortunately, for this type of event, you can't really do too much except for cleaning up catch inlets, basins, to make sure nothing is blocked. But besides that, it's just wait for the storm to happen and then really see where the worst parts are. So we have a lot of people that went out in trucks and SUVs and saw and did a reconnaissance where the worst parts of the city are. So just attack it.
You're saying that preparation is the key to to helping this thing to save the water plant. Preparation. You knew about where the flooding was going to be.
Yes, sir.
So you, in planning.
Then survey went out there and did some elevations and said, you know,
Right.
in flood, this is where it got. In Floyd, the flood got up to this level,
Right.
and this is where it's going to get based off the analysis from NOAA.
Right.
And so we had our mark, we had our goal, and we filled our sandbags up to that mark.
Wow. Well, obviously it worked because you did a great job there.
Well, we got a little bit of luck coming our way as well, but the guys, I couldn't speak highly enough about them.
Well, it just goes again to the credit of those military folks who had that military training, who have been through this. But that military training means a lot.
Well, that training was that's the leadership, and I don't want to give all the credit to them because that was the planning and they had the experience. But the guys that have been working in the where the rubber meets the road, the guys that have been here for 20, 30 years,
Right.
they've been through Floyd, they've been through Fran, so can't take nothing away from them.
No, not trying to.
They have been working 12-hour days, 7 days a week, and they have been really humping. And zero complaints. The best thing I can say right now is they see the purpose. They see what they're doing. They're affecting lives, and we wish we could do more.
Well, I know you have a great staff there. I know
absolutely
you do have a good staff. So saving the water plant, getting that secure, and from that point you waited for the water to rise, and then you waited for the water to start receding. And the water's receded down to the point that it's pretty much close to flood stage now, down to about 18 or whatever. But now it's recovery time.
Yes, sir.
Now, are you picking up the big stuff first? You're contracting with this company to pick up the big stuff?
We're doing a couple things. First, the contractor's here until he's out of work. So he's taking all the really big trees, trunks, and things of that sort. So what we usually do is say, during a normal non-event, is if a contractor comes to your house and cuts down a tree, that contractor is responsible for removal of that tree.
Right.
Now we've not doing that. If a contractor comes to these people's house and they bring them to the road, we will take care of it.
Is that right?
So
is that regardless of the contractor, any contractor?
That is just short term. We're trying to get this city back to normal
Just
conditions.
get it back to normal as soon as
So
possible.
for while this event is still being recovered, that's how we're handling it.
But now, aren't we concerned about contractors? Don't these contractors have to show that they're capable of doing this work? Because we have to be really concerned about people taking advantage of people.
I would absolutely, if I was a citizen, make sure that it's not just a friend of a friend. Make sure it's a real contractor that's in business, that has bonds, that has insurance, everything else.
Yeah.
Absolutely, please look for that. But we're not regulating that because we just don't have the manpower. That's just whatever comes to the street, we take care of it.
That's up to the homeowner to make sure that they
Absolutely.
hire someone who is a legitimate
Absolutely.
tree removal person.
And there
And
are
they're
some
insured.
fly-by-night companies out there, I'm sure.
There's some companies out there that will take advantage of you.
Right, but also what we're doing now, we normally, for bulk items, that's refrigerators, couches, things of that sort,
Yeah.
we usually do that for free on Wednesdays only by appointment.
Okay.
We're not doing that right now. What we're doing is, because of the situation, bring whatever you have out to the streets. And because of that, we've our bulk items and our leaf and limb items are really one division. We've suspended most of our leaf and limb, and we're really concentrating on the bulk items because we have that contractor doing leaf and limbs.
Okay.
So, and this is another thing, that if you're in the northeast side of the town, north or east side, somewhere around that wasn't really affected, we'll get to you. Please just give us some patience.
Trying
But
to concentrate on the areas that are in most need right now.
absolutely, and we're going up and down John Street, George Street, those areas like that, and it's just devastating. But we're there from sun up to sundown right now. And when we clean that up, we will start making our ways through the middle of the city, which was hit also pretty well with I guess, wind, because big trees fell in the middle of the city, and then work our way up to the northeast. So we'll get to you. Just give us a little patience.
Have a little patience there.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, if anyone has a question about this, should they call you? Because I know
Absolutely.
you guys are running hard right now.
Absolutely. They can always call us. I would rather them call us and ask questions.
Yeah.
We're busy, and we're falling behind on some things. Leaf season is coming around.
Well, there was a storm, man. I
Yeah.
mean, things were blown about, and so you have to. People have to understand.
So leaf season's getting ready to happen. So leaves are getting ready to fall,
Yeah.
and we're just going to be behind this year. So again, patience is going to do great. Thank everyone for that patience that has the patience we've seen so far. The citizens have been really phenomenal too. They have come about. They have talked to our guys, and nothing but compliments. And I can honestly say, to this point, I don't believe Public Works has made a misstep. We, of course, hindsight 2020, there's some of these we might have done a little better, but we've had a phenomenal reaction. and citizens have seen that so far. But still, it's only been 2 weeks after storm. It's still going to take
All right.
3 or so weeks.
Don't beat yourself up here. Look, this was a bad storm.
Yes,
and
sir.
there was a lot of damage done, and I'm sure people are willing to say, hey, you know, these guys are doing all they can. So you're doing all you can. So just don't worry about it.
Well,
The job will get done, I know.
well, the guys, the best thing about the guys is they're our ambassadors. They're out on the streets every day,
yeah.
and they're seeing the work that they're doing every day, and there's purpose there, but they want to do more. And that's across the board on the staff.
Well, that's just dedication.
And they are very dedicated, but we're getting there, and we are going to get there. But just by experience, patience usually tends to wane a couple
careful
weeks
how you
after.
say that,
Yeah, a couple weeks after the event, and we're getting to the point now where people are, hey, I want it normal, and we're going to get there.
It'll get there, yeah. So have a little patience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, this other thing you and I were talking about before we went on camera, is that public knowledge?
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yes, at least it is local.
It is?
I don't think they
Okay.
made an announcement over there yet.
Okay, well, where?
The town of Apex.
Oh, okay. Well, who cares about them? We want to wish Jose Martinez the very best. He's leaving the city and moving to a higher position.
Same position, just moving home, really.
Oh, moving home. Okay.
Moving home.
Moving up to the central part of the state.
And I couldn't have asked for a better job, better situation. I've really enjoyed my time here. There's nothing that I could say I would want. But Town of Apex, Public Works Director position opened up there, and that's in NC State, as I am.
It's home.
And my wife, been there ever since she was a small child. That's
Yeah.
home for us. So
Okay.
we got a chance to do the job I love
Yeah.
at home.
Well, Jose, best of luck to you, my friend, and I thank you for coming in and talking to us.
Well, thank you so much.
Has your replacement been selected?
Right now, we've talked about it internally, and I'm not going to go into too many details.
That's fine.
The city manager has some things going on, but right now the deputy director is going to just step up and do it as an interim basis, maybe full time. But right now, there is a chain of command in place for us to not miss a beat.
Outstanding. All right, Jose Martinez, thank you so much again.
Thank you, sir.
All right.